investigating the most mysterious 911 call, creature in brackets, by GroovyGavin. We're gonna look at this. I think I know what this call is about. I think it's not human call. So we're gonna look at this. I am very curious, right? I know that Gavin usually like looks through stuff and checks. Also, if you like this kind of content, please consider liking, subscribing. I think I watched the Blair Witch one that he made. I could be wrong. Regardless, we're gonna look at this. We're gonna look at this.
One of the most terrifying 911 calls was made on this road right behind me.
Henry County 911.
What the fuck?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
I've been seeing this clip absolutely everywhere, but what actually...
Listen. If something is in the back of your truck and you scream, that's not human. That's diabolical. I'm okay. How are you? I'm alright. That's diabolical. I'd be traumatized for life if something non-human was sitting back in my truck. Though who knows? It could have been a human, and maybe somebody who's feral. Who knows?
Actually happened. What you just heard is only part of the full call to 911. The original caller, we tried to contact him. He wants to stay completely anonymous, but there was one man that interviewed him that we will be able to talk to, as well as we're going to try to talk to the police, emergency services, everyone that was possibly involved with this. But
and you could hear the sound of something being in the back of his truck because it made that loud bonk sound. Very interesting. Very interesting.
before we talk to all of those people and try to figure out what's going on here, we first need to go over the entire call. So the spot we're driving to right now, this is where he first sees something weird before he even makes the call. This is the reason he's making the call.
Henry County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
I'm trying to put myself...
A guy on the side road bleeding. I've never heard that part, so that's interesting. Terrifying. Skinwalker AF, true. Do you do viewer videos? Yes. As long as they're not copyrighted and not way too long. And from a bonk you can tell it's not human, sus. No, but from a bonk you can tell something is in the background. Something it did end up in the back of his car from the bonk. Unless somebody else was there too. Because otherwise, if you're like in the front, how are you gonna fake that? To a 911 call as well.
In his shoes right now. If we're driving on a road, middle of nowhere, it is pitch black, like he was not kidding about that. I don't think I would stop if I saw a bloody man.
Yeah, we're stopped like, right now. Yeah, we're stopped right now looking for a bloody man.
We're some idiots, bro. Yeah. Okay, let's get out the car. Okay, this is where he first saw the figure. This is not even on call. He wants to stay completely anonymous, but he was formerly in the military. I feel like for someone like that to make this call, you have to be very, very sure. In case we find evidence, dude.
And it's also, I mean, it could be maybe PTSD. Depends on what he was doing in the military. That really depends on. Because that could be the reason why you saw a bloody man.
He would have took too long. The creature would have saw that coming. Like, what are you doing?
What you got in your hand there, bro? Oh, shit.
Yo. What the fuck?
What do you think that was?
I don't even know.
Wait, that was a weird ass sound. Aim the light this way. It was like this direction, right? We definitely heard this sound, like, it was somewhere over here. I wonder if it was this. I'm like really...
Probably an animal just like bonking against it. Happens. Military, probably PTSD. Could be. Could definitely be. That doesn't explain the bonk sound, though.
Actually curious what that sound was. Is anybody here? Anything here? Okay, but this is like just his first sighting. This is honestly probably the least creepy part of the call. So we're gonna keep driving along his route. Okay. That's where he saw the thing. And then he makes the call. There's Patriots Watch, he mentions that.
I just passed Patriots Watch.
You saw a man standing on the side of the road?
Yes, ma'am, and it looked like he was bleeding because when I drove by, I had my high beams on, and all I could see was just some streaks of red going down his body, starting at his head.
Then you hear on the call, right here, right after he passes those.
What the fuck?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
are you okay, sir?
This is the point of impact. I thought the sound was added at first. It was that loud on the call. Like you guys can hear it. I did not enhance it at all.
What the?
Yeah,
Damn. Genuinely, just like imagine walking around in this area. Maybe it was a human. Maybe it was a human though. That's the crazy part. You never know what crazy people are out in the woods. That'd be terrifying.
think if you couldn't hear that, then I would almost think he's like trolling, but he doesn't seem like the guy that would be joking. This part of the road right here is literally where the impact happened. This is what they call the point of impact. Oh, watch out the car. I'm just wondering what else would make that sound. I wonder what this little area is, because this opening is like right by where the impact was. Point of impact right there. We didn't see anything. Then he's talking, not human. He's freaking out, obviously.
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the back of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road, it's in my truck! In the bed!
There's something in the bed of your truck?
Yes, ma'am, I just turned on my bed light for my truck and there's something in my bed!
You can actually hear in the audio call him speed up.
What's not human?
It's like... What's even crazier is right as he passes the sign...
I mean, at this part, he just heard bong and assumes not a human. We didn't see anything alien yet. Well, obviously, we won't really see or hear anything. The question is that he was driving. So if it were a human and he drove past, how would a human be able to not only, I mean, under adrenaline, you probably could keep up, depending on how fast he was driving. But depending on how fast he was driving, there's no way a human could get into the back of his truck. Unless, like, it was something else.
From Moore's Creek, you can actually also hear him slam on the brakes.
Okay, so when you say something, what do you mean?
I just dropped it off at the bed of my truck and went over my roof.
Okay, what was it?
And I'm actually going to pull in here because he says this is where he gets a full look at the creature.
Okay, what was it?
That was not necessary, you dumb man.
I don't know.
Like a turkey, a deer?
Turkey. Bro was getting ready for Thanksgiving back then. That's why the turkey jumped into the truck. It went to get ready for the food, for the eating. Unless you jump on the track from a tree. Yeah. I mean, it might have been, maybe it was an animal that dropped from a tree into his truck. Who knows?
No.
Turkeys
I
are
don't know
pretty
what the hell
big.
that was. That wasn't a turkey because I was driving 50 miles an hour.
Okay.
Turkey doesn't hit that hard, and it was not covered in feathers at all.
You think if we knock on those people's door at 12:30 at night and ask them if they've seen anything weird, do you think that'd be weird? So he knocks it off, like he slams on the brakes right about here. Like you can hear it on the call. He describes this creature later on as around 7 feet tall. He says his truck was 6 feet tall and he said it was taller than the truck.
This thing was easily like maybe 7 feet.
That's Shaq. It's Shaq if he was albino.
Like, assume that it would be real. 7 feet is diabolical. That's no human. But that's also no animal. 7 feet is diabolical. That's tall.
He says he drives a little bit further and he looks in his rear view mirror and he sees it bolt off to the left. And then he's driving really fast at this point. I think he says he was going like 90.
When I looked at the speedometer before I slammed on my brakes, I was doing maybe 80.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, nah, I mean, it's like the one time you have an excuse to speed. I'll be flooring that shit. After all of this chaos, he drives a good bit down the road where he pulls over at this convenience store and waits until the police get here. And they do everything, guys. They have like a thermal drone they send up. The police have him show them where everything happened. They go back. There's an official police report that we can hopefully talk to the police about and get tomorrow. We're gonna try to get more evidence, hopefully pictures. That's like the main goal I want. As I'm sure you've seen, this has been blowing up all over TikTok. I probably had like 100.
Yeah, pictures is probably unlikely. 12:30 a.m. and I have 2 dudes in my porch. I'm getting the gun. Yep. I'm calling the police immediately. I'll be real.
People either tag me in the video or DM this to me. If you guys ever see a cool video or anything, just send it to me on Instagram and I'll see it, guys. I will see it. Now that we know the entire story of the call, it was time to figure out what actually happened that night. And we had a few leads. We're gonna talk to Rusty, the man that interviewed the 911 caller after this, but honestly, even better than him to talk to is the police. So we headed about 30 minutes away to the police station where this 911 call got sent to. But before we get there, I'm raiding Area 51 again. And
we need you guys to come out and raid this place with us. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Gavin's channel because when he hits 3 million subscribers, we're dropping the date of the raid.
we're making a video documentary. In Curie, there was a call like 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
You know about that?
Curry? Yeah.
That's Curie.
Yeah. You guys gone out there?
We have. We were wondering if there was anyone you know of that would be interested in talking about it or that like worked on it.
I didn't work on it. You could ask the front desk.
Okay, cool.
Did you guys?
The police probably doesn't have all that much, right? It's from a call. Probably the only thing you probably get is maybe something from the truck, but it can't be bloody. It can't be a bloody man, because if it were, you'd have very likely bloodstains somewhere in the car. The most you could probably expect from this is a few scratches. Maybe some bumps in the car, in the back of the car, but that's about it. That's pretty much it, I'm assuming.
You need to go out there when it's nighttime.
We did last night. It was spooky, man.
It's creepy, dude.
Gentlemen, how y'all doing?
Good, how are you doing,
Good.
Gavin? Nice to meet
Sergeant
you.
Ward, how y'all doing?
Yeah, so we're making a video about the 911 call that was made, I believe here, from Curry, that was basically the creature jumping on the back of the guy's car, and I just wanted to see if that was like a legitimate thing that happened or if that was just a rumor, and then
No, it was the call came in.
Yeah.
To our 911 center. Yeah,
Okay,
that
so it was a
part
real
It
call.
was a real call.
Okay,
It's
got
nothing
it,
like
got
it was made up. It was a
Okay.
real one.
Do you know if there's any like, I guess, public information on that? Like, I don't know if there'd be any photos or anything.
No, it's nothing like any photos or anything. I know that the officers went out there, responded to the call like any other thing.
Yeah.
But as far as pictures taken or anything like that, no.
Is there anybody that went there on the call that?
Not that I'm aware of, so I would have to check to see who responded. Actually, if it's anyone who you would contact, it would be State Highway Patrol, because they they did the investigation.
Do you know the best way to reach out to them?
Classic, right? Highway Patrol makes sense. Okay, so Highway Patrol. I'm assuming the Highway Patrol won't really respond. I'm assuming that that's the case. Just as an assumption.
I can find that.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And just like that, we now had a good lead to figure out what actually happened that night. Well, we know the call was real. It's a great thing he was able to make the call. Imagine if he didn't have service or he had bad service. That would have sucked. Which is why I'm so grateful that today's sponsor is Mint Mobile. I love trying to solve very confusing cases like this, but you know what shouldn't be confusing? Your mobile carrier. Mint Mobile made the wireless shopping experience super easy. There's no stores, no salespeople. You can do it all online. And if you're worried about coverage, like, I don't know, maybe you're in the middle of nowhere and a creature jumps in the back of your car and you need to make a call to 911. If you're worried about being able to do that, you don't have to worry. Because Mint Mobile is on the nation's largest 5G coverage. 98% of Americans are covered by 5G and 99% of Americans are covered by 4G LTE. So you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good basically wherever you are. And if you already have a provider and you're worried about switching, it's super, super simple. You can sign up and activate your eSIM literally from anywhere in minutes with Mint Mobile. I can do it right here. I could do it wherever we're driving and getting taken by this creature. And you don't have to worry about switching your number, getting new contacts, all of that can stay. You can keep your same phone if you want, or you can shop for a new phone with Mint Mobile. And guys, there's basically no risk. There's a 7-day unconditional money-back guarantee. And
When somebody says no risk, that usually means there is a risk.
you guys, my viewers, can get plans starting at just $15 by going to the link below or just scanning the QR code on screen. Thanks, Mint Mobile. So we ended up calling Highway Patrol to hopefully talk to them and see if we could figure out any more details about what happened that night. But they would not respond.
As assumed. That makes sense. That makes sense, yeah. That assumption, that was pretty clear from the get-go that they would not respond.
Eventually did a little bit more digging and found this picture though. This was the official report picture. I know it's not much, but there's a little bit on here that's kind of interesting. So we have the picture of like this.
Let me see. Let me have a look again.
Found this picture though. This was the official report.
Okay. Interesting. It was traveling. Eventually, something dropped there. Vehicle 1 was traveling east on the NC 210. Driver of Vehicle 1 stated an unknown object struck the roof of his truck, then landed in the bed of his truck. Driver of Vehicle 1 stated that he could not identify the object. Scratches on the truck were consistent with tree branches. Vehicle 1 came to a controlled rest after impact. Interesting. Tree branches. Tree branches. Interesting.
Picture. I know it's not much, but there's a little bit on here that's kind of interesting. So we have the picture of like the scene where it happened. So yeah, we have his truck. They have the scratch marks.
It was on the bed of the truck.
Yeah, I thought it was on. So two things actually then. I thought the scratch marks were on the roof of the truck. No, it's on the bed of the truck.
The bed of the truck's supposed to have scratch marks. It's a truck, bro. You put stuff in trucks.
Yeah, and then what they say about it, scratches on the truck were consistent with tree branches. It wasn't looking like much happened. There wasn't many other people that could help us get more information, except for one man, the caller. This guy obviously had all the details and knew everything. He would be the best person to possibly talk to, but there was one huge problem. We tried to reach out to T, the caller, but he just wanted to stay anonymous. He even had some pictures, potentially. I thought there was no other way we could get more information, but the caller had done an interview with one man named Rusty, who investigated this whole case and knew a lot more information. So I reached out to him and we met up. All right, guys, we're back at Moore's Creek. We're waiting for Rusty right now.
Let's see how this goes. I'm assuming that Rusty doesn't have that much more information, but tree branches, there's like, it's like maybe literally just tree branches dropped onto the roof of his car and then fell into the back. But then again, that'd be pretty difficult to do. Weird.
This is the only guy who's been able to interview the actual 911 caller, obviously other than the police themselves. And he's investigated this a bit himself. I'm very curious if he's seen any pictures or knows of any pictures of the man's truck, if there were any claw marks, or if there's any details that like just we haven't been able to figure out. This guy's like me in the future investigating the case. I wonder if he cracked it and he's keeping it secret. He has the creature in his car, bro. He has it in a cage. Did you crack the case of the creature, and did you crack the creature? All right, so I'm here now.
Pause. Very much pause. That you could only ask that a woman, because women are definitely cracking a creature.
Now with Rusty from Carolina Case Files, guys, go subscribe to him. He just released basically the second episode ever on this, and you're the only person to ever interview T is what we'll call him. So you've looked in a lot of like cases in this area. Have you heard of anything anywhere similar to this?
Not with the depth of documentation. I mean, my gosh, we got the guy on.
Oh yeah.
So there are stories out there, but how do you report them?
You interviewed the caller, obviously. You interviewed the sheriff. Is there anyone else you talked to really that you didn't put in?
We spoke to a couple of deputies that were on the scene that night. They didn't really shed anything to the story that we didn't already know.
I know you kind of talked about this as well in, I think, the second video about the photos.
So it really doesn't know all that much more. That's unfortunate.
Pictures taken after the truck the morning after by the caller when he was home.
Is he the only one that had those photos of the truck?
The young man said he did take pictures of the truck the next morning. He did see scratches that were consistent with something larger than a squirrel, but that was 4 years ago. And then he said, man, I had him on that phone. I lost that thing. We were in a boat fishing somewhere and he lost the phone. Obviously he got rid of the truck pretty soon after that, I understand. The sheriff said that Highway Patrol was given point on this investigation.
If it's anyone who you would contact, it would be State Highway Patrol.
I mean, they get in some rough stuff out on the interstate with drugs and so forth and shootouts, but basically they're traffic guys. So they were here to investigate a traffic incident. So they would have been looking for skid marks. I I don't think they're going to be climbing to the bed of his truck taking pictures. Maybe. I'm thinking they're ready to go home and they think this guy's crazy.
Well, I know even when you talk to the sheriff, he said a lot of people do report weird sounds.
The residents and people out there in the Curry area near the battlefield have reported seeing things and hearing things that they couldn't exactly understand.
In this area. Yeah, in this area.
Exactly. Which is bringing out more stories, even from LEO, law enforcement officers that have experienced things.
I know you kind of talked about it in your second video where you talked about how you kind of saw the emotion and stuff in him.
There were points in his telling of the story where I saw genuine fear welling back up in that young man.
Maybe it was genuinely just PTSD. The bunks really just were possibly just tree branches lost. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Lost is kinda weird because I don't know. It sounds so cliche. It sounds so cliche. Losing the phone. It would have been believable if you just deleted them. That would have been way more believable than just saying, yo, I lost the phone. Yeah, sure, buddy. Sure you did.
You fully believe like he was credible in your personal
no doubt.
opinion?
Yeah, he was the guy. We know that.
Okay.
But white and black on documents, we've got that. There were times during the interview that his lips were queer. There was fear, just like he was purging himself from all this stuff. When you see something like that, you know, has that kind of impact on your life, you probably want to immediately tell, you know, those closest around you, well, what I'm finding out is, Gavin, they're not necessarily supportive.
Yeah.
So he probably got his toe stubbed a little bit initially and then probably went, people are thinking I'm crazy. And that's probably when he shut up about it. I don't know what he saw, but I'm sure that he feels that he saw something. There's no question in my mind about that. What it was? So yeah, I think he was very credible.
Do you have any, I guess, just personal theories of your own?
The most plausible thing that jumped out at me, someone said that that was an entity of some sort that was simply trying to get him to stop and pull over. And then when he didn't stop and pull over,
they went after him. Ugh. Again, go check out his channel. I'm sure you have some awesome stuff coming up.
You didn't stop. I'm going to touch you now. I will touch you because you didn't stop. Literally, it might have actually been a guy. It could have been a guy, right? The height could have been overestimated. Maybe it was like a guy who was like 6'2" or something. Long, tall dude, which is just a long, tall, crazy dude. That could have been an option.
Dude.
Now that we knew all the information we possibly could find out publicly on this case, it was time to figure out what T actually saw that night. And there were a lot of theories. Tips fedora. Dude, we gotta get hats, bro.
No, for the theories.
Now for the theories. I have a few on this one. The clips of this call went super viral, basically all over TikTok, all over social media. And there's a lot of theories that you guys have made, that random people have made. But before we go over those, I want to say our theories.
The only theory I have is that there are two separate beings. So the first one that he saw was an attacked person by the creature that he saw. I think it was an animal. And bro just lost his shit or some shit.
So you think two separate things? You think it was an animal and a dude that got attacked by the animal?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up the popular theories for this. Theory 1.
It could have there's two options. The dude really jumped into the back of his car, though apparently the impact first was on top of the car. So that the problem is that the first impact was not the back of the car. It was the top. So that can't be. Because in order to get onto the back or the top, you would have needed to fall off of something to get on top and then into the back. So that can't be. It's weird. It could also really just be that he saw two separate things. I mean, of course. But yeah, it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird.
Ghost soldier. This area that we're actually at outside of right now, Moores Creek Battlefield. Obviously a battle happened here. The Battle of Moores Creek Bridge, fought on February 27th, 1776. This was during the American Revolutionary War. So this was a battle between the Patriot and Loyal forces.
Patriots? Wait, that's a football team.
Oh, no wonder
They're
he was
fast.
so fast. Both Patriots and Loyalists were buried in this area. So if we're going with the ghost theory, it could be Patriots or Loyalists. He says Civil War outfit. That's kind of crazy. The theory goes a little further. It's possible that the witness, the caller, T, he didn't know the proper era. So he saw like this ghost with a Revolutionary War outfit and mistook it for the Civil War
Yeah, that makes
uniform.
sense.
So that's theory one, but that theory doesn't really explain the bang in his truck.
What the fuck?
But the next one is something I look a lot into. So people think this is one of 3 cryptids. If you don't know what a cryptid is, it's just a monster, basically. Can you guess?
Rake, Skinwalker,
You got this.
Slender Man.
Actually, yeah, that's one.
Yeah, the Slender Man doesn't do that, by the way. So that doesn't Slender Man usually go for like usually trying to attract people, not directly attack people. So that doesn't really work that well. The Rake is very interesting, very unlikely. That's a cryptid. Skinwalker also very unlikely. It might have just been just a disfigured animal. It might have genuinely just been a disfigured animal, you know, like a disfigured deer. Anything, right? Anything that's like, or like a are there big cats in that area potentially? Right?
Boom! There's actually one more I forgot. A Wendigo. But basically, all of these creatures are very similar in appearance. They all are very tall and skinny and white in color. If it was gonna be any of these, and I believed in this, it would be Skinwalker though, because it's like it was a human first, and then it transformed.
Ooh, you're onto something.
Ran super fast, jumped on the truck. Like that fits to me. That makes 100% sense.
And it's very similar to other Skinwalker stories.
So like all the theories we have, to simply put this: hoax, animal, ghost, or creature. For the hoax, I think it's very unlikely for a few reasons. He was alone, he was visiting his family. Rusty said he seemed like a very honest, very credible guy. It would be insane. You would have to be a crazy person.
Yeah. If he's like randomly just like
11 at night calls 911.
Yeah, let me call 911 and
That's
fuck with him.
So I don't think
It's also like, how would you produce the sound if you're driving? You can hear that he's driving. How would you... I mean, you could throw something into the back of your truck. Sure, you could do that. You could do that. Sure, I guess. You could do that to produce that sound. But it's like very unlikely.
it's that. Next theory, animal. A very skeptical and logical person. Like, it has to be an animal.
So the first thing he saw was what? Also an animal?
I guess.
An animal in clothes.
Dude, because I don't know what the fuck else it could be. Honestly, other than a ghost, bro.
Yeah.
At this point, which is not like, to most of you guys, I'm sure is not that believable. Now that we've gone over all the theories of what could have possibly happened, it was time to bust them. So we're starting with the first main theory, which is the creature theory. And to bust these, we're going back to the spots where this all took place. So this is like right where he knocked off the creature. What do you think's more likely? We see a ghost or...
Can you rewind and see the surroundings on the car? There's nothing. We have nothing. No pictures of what's going on. These are all fake pictures. These are all fake. These are all just stock footage. We have nothing. We don't have any pictures of the car scratches or anything. We've got nothing else. It is all just stock footage edited in as a placeholders because we got nothing. We only have the call and that's it. We got nothing else. I mean, it could have been a tree branch, of course, falling off and then being in the back of his truck. That is a viable option. And then but it got over the car. He was able to see it. Of course, maybe there's actually some PTSD going on. They didn't really consider that. Yeah, we just have the call. We just have the call. That's it.
Okay. Giant, skinny creature.
I feel like a ghost.
Oh, if it is a skinwalker, we should whistle.
Can you whistle a Chief Keef song?
Do I have permission to whistle the N-word?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I better not get canceled for that, bro. Guys, tonight we are ghost edging. The ghost edgers. What the fuck?
What?
Oh Oh my gosh.
What is that?
That scared the hell out of me. That's just like a cardboard dude. I thought we found him. I thought we had done it, bro.
That's diabolical to place that there. That's diabolical to place that there. That's evil. That's mean-spirited.
Oh, I thought we cracked the case and we're about to die. Dude, can you see that on camera?
Yeah.
Alright, well, okay. Those guys are normal. Those guys are chill. I almost shit myself there, but we're good. Another one.
Oh, that one's white.
I was more spooked out last night. We're actually gonna see some crazy shit.
We didn't see any creatures, but we did see some cutouts that scared the hell out of me, so I don't know what to say for this theory. Obviously, it would be impossible to find a creature in these extremely large woods. If anything, it would have came for us. But I was much more curious to go over the second theory, the ghost. So we went back to where the caller T saw the very first figure, the one in the Civil War outfit, and where we had heard weird sounds the night before.
This area definitely, like, for some reason, freaks me out a lot more. Which it honestly shouldn't, because we're, like, you can see a lot more, and it's like we're right on the road. Dude, you know what we should have done? Should have got Civil War outfits.
There you go, Stolen Valley.
Dude, then maybe the ghost would have thought we were, like, with them. And they'd be like, oh, what's up, homies? And they'd be like, hey, we're not ghosts, by the way. We'd be like, what? We could just go in right there.
It could have legit just been a disfigured cat, like a big cat, right? Because America has some like bigger cats walking around. It could have been pale, maybe hairless. Who knows? It's just weird. I just need a selfie stick and I jump to the forest, talk with some, and tell the supernatural things just happen. With AI, will be easy to make. Yeah, but in this case, it was just a call. So you need a call and you need a truck, and then some way to make a bonk noise. Depending on what truck that was, it would have been essentially almost impossible to pull that off, unless you could have it like open in the back.
Where was that? Oh, that's over there, right?
So what is this?
I thought I heard it over here.
Come out, bitch.
Bitches!
This is the second time we'd been at this place and heard a lot of strange noises, and I find it super weird that this is where everything first happened. So I had some ghost gear to further test the ghost theory and see if we could get any activity.
I do feel like this area is significantly more spooky. We did hear a weird metal sound. There's lots of echoes. We heard about some guy that saw a bloody soldier out here. We just want to know if that's you. Almost could have thought I heard it is, but I might be tripping. Did you try to jump on a man's truck?
You are tripping very much. Sure, there was a call, and there was a guy, and there was a track and a monster. Well, that's what we know. No, we do know that the call is real. We do know that the call is real, because the police knows that the call is real. So we do know that that call existed. The call and the guy do exist, that's for sure. The question, though, is what the rest is.
Truck? 4 years ago? Call? Why did you show yourself to that man? Cause something? Can you show yourself to us?
I heard something over there.
See, I never believed that these things work. I never believed that these things work. The thing is this. I think it's just like frequencies from other things just like jumping in. There's no actual real voices. It might be like phone calls, radios, whatever, but radio stations, whatever, but I don't think these things ever work.
Over where? All over there. Is that you that keeps banging on the metal? That is a car coming. Somewhere.
Something's coming.
I keep thinking I'm hearing something weird, but I don't know if it's this or...
Yeah, I feel like I keep on thinking I hear something from over there.
Mr. Civil War man, are you here with us?
Oh shit.
Wait.
I heard the metal thing again over here.
The metal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was loud. That is weird that this is the spot where he first saw it.
I wonder what's behind this. There has to be like some kind of metal thing behind this.
Behind this?
Behind the bushes, the trees.
I just like, there's no good place to go down.
Either that or a creature playing.
It's just terrifying. Just standing there in the middle of the road in the night. It's just terrifying. I don't know. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Generally not a safe thing. Imagine somebody actually drives by and they're just some deranged motherfucker and then you just get stabbed. Nah, bro. Or there's like some wild animal will just like eat you. Not worth it. Not worth it.
The bungalows back there.
The bungalows?
It's like complete darkness too. It's like complete. It's just dork.
You mean the bongos?
Hey, bongos.
What the hell is bungalows?
The little drums?
Those are bongos.
Now I hear it from this way.
Holy fuck, that one was loud. Wait, that one was really clear.
They're trolling us, bro.
They're surrounding us. What's right there?
What is that?
I don't know.
Maybe it's like something that goes under, like a tunnel.
Oh, that would be where they hide, bro.
It is.
Oh shit.
That's definitely what it is.
You think the noises were coming from here? Or?
Definitely.
All right, guys, the conclusion. We went over the theories. I don't think the guy was pranking us. That would be so...
Honestly, that's my theory. No offense to you, brother, but I think he a little cuckoo.
But the animal thing, I think it's possible it could have been some animal. Then there's like the paranormal theories, obviously, like it was a ghost. And then the last one, which it's some sort of creature, like a skinwalker. Usually at the end of these videos, we figure out like, oh, it was just this. We pull off the mask of Scooby-Doo, and it's just Ethan. But yeah, I mean, like, we went...
I'm assuming it was an animal in combination with his military past that made him react this way. That's simple. I think it's really that simple.
Over the whole call, the call's crazy. The bang is the craziest part by far.
What the fuck?
But I think there is a world where it could be him hitting the top of the car. I think that is possible. We talked to the police, they didn't have anything. We see the actual police report. We eventually get that. That makes it look even less believable. The only thing we really have is talking to Rusty, and he seems to believe the guy, and he seems legitimate to him. But the one thing I thought was interesting that Rusty said was that
he feels that he saw something.
He didn't say he believes there was some sort of creature. We didn't bust the case of the 911 call this time. I failed you. I'm sorry.
Let us know what you guys think it is.
How many comments should I respond to?
6 or 7.
But guys, go follow my Instagram. Go subscribe at 3 million. Me and Eric are rating area.
You're not rate. Nobody is rating Area 51. That's not happening. I think it could have really just been an animal, and his brain turned it into something it's not, out of fear. That's my assumption. Where was I? Yeah, I think it was just an animal that, literally, he turned it into, because of his military past, turned it into something it is not, and that's the result of it, pretty much. That's what I believe. That's what it really is. That is what I think is most likely. He just, because of PTSD, I don't know, maybe he turned it into a 7 feet tall creature. That would also explain like the blood part and like the man part, potentially. But yeah, that's all I have. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe.